Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic completed its first successful spaceflight on 22 May 2021. And it is just a matter of time until Virgin Galactic conduct the final test flight and start flying people to space. So, will Virgin Galactic beat SpaceX in space tourism? Before starting off, make sure you subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to get the notification of new videos from this channel. Virgin Galactic is an American spaceflight company which is developing commercial spacecraft and aims to provide suborbital space flights to space tourists. Instead of launching rockets for space tourism, they have chosen to launch passengers in jet-like vehicle called the Spaceship 2. The Spaceship will require a carrier aircraft which is called White Knight 2. Just like a spacecraft that deliver payload requires a first-stage rocket booster to reach the orbit. The Spaceship is capable of carrying up to 6 passengers and 2 pilots into the upper limits of Earth's atmosphere, which is 110 kilometers. Then, the passengers will have few minutes to experience the weightlessness until the spaceplane re-enters the Earth's atmosphere and lands automatically. Richard Branson had hoped to see a maiden flight by the end of 2009. But the date was delayed for several years, most seriously by the 2014 in-flight crash of VSS Enterprise. On 22 May of this year 2021, finally they completed its successful flight of Spaceship 2. But what about SpaceX? SpaceX is consistently developing and testing the prototypes of their new rocket, Starship. Starship is a fully reusable spacecraft. It will require a super heavy booster which will be used to propel the Starship spacecraft into the Earth's orbit. The Starship system is capable of transporting 200 tons of payload to the Earth's orbit. On 6 May 2021, Starship SN-15 landed safely with no explosion. And when the Starship will complete its orbital flight tests, SpaceX will start space tourism. But what will be the cost of seats for passengers? 600 customers have already reserved their seats for spaceflight of Spaceship 2. The price of ticket was between $200,000 and $250,000. Virgin Galactic is developing new spaceplane which is called Spaceship 3. This vehicle will carry from 10 to 20 people. Cost per seat of Spaceship 3 will be about $100,000. If all goes well, cost of ticket will be reduced because Virgin Galactic's planes don't have heat shield as they don't travel far distances in space. Their spaceplanes are reusable and can be reused for several times. Now let's see the cost of tickets of SpaceX. SpaceX planned lunar tourism mission dearmoon which is financed by Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa. The passengers will be Yusaku, 8 civilians, and 2 crew members. The flight is expected to occur no earlier than 2023. When the testing of Starship will be over, SpaceX will start mass production of Starship, but it is not expected that they will have perfect infrastructure to mass-produce Starship in 2023. So the Starship system will cost over $50 million to build. So the dearmoon mission will cost over $10 million according to my estimates. Because they will reuse Starship and super heavy booster at least for 5 times to fill Starship propellant tank in the orbit to complete a single circumlunar trajectory around the moon. Then, it will cost over $900,000 per seat. Though SpaceX ticket is more expensive than Virgin Galactic's ticket. But when we compare cost per minute, SpaceX ticket is much cheaper than Virgin Galactic's ticket, which is $40,000 per minute for Virgin Galactic's ticket, and $105 per minute for SpaceX lunar tourism. Because dearmoon is the mission of 6 days. So, the passengers can experience zero gravity for almost a week. If we compare the long-term plans of SpaceX and Virgin Galactic, Virgin Galactic planned for Spaceship 3 which will cost less than $100,000 per seat in the long term. We don't know much about the long-term plans of Virgin Galactic. But we know a lot about SpaceX's long-term plan. According to Elon Musk, Starship is designed for 100 people on a Mars journey. So if they will send 100 people for lunar tourism, it will cost $100,000 per seat. SpaceX also planned Earth-to-Earth transportation through Starship. Elon said, around 1,000, as all would be couch and no toilets, pilot area or food gallery needed. Most flights would only be 15 to 20 minutes. It's basically an ICBM traveling on Mach 25 that lands. If we take $4 or $5 million cost per launch of Starship, cost per seat will less than $5,000, which is far less than cost of the Virgin Galactic space flight. Cost of tickets of SpaceX will be more reduced when they will start mass production of Starship and set up propellant plants for Starship. Elon said, Starship plus Super Heavy booster propellant mass is 4,800 tons, 78% oxygen and 22% methane. I think we get propellant cost down to around $100 per ton in volume, so around $500,000 per flight. With high flight rate, probably below $1.5 million fully burdened cost for 150 tons to orbit or $10 per kilogram. Then, it will cost less than $1,500 per seat on Starship Earth-to-Earth transportation. Elon Musk and SpaceX also planned for cost of tickets to Mars, which will be less than $500,000, and return ticket from Mars will be free. He said, very dependent on volume, but I'm confident moving to Mars, return ticket is free, will one day cost less than $500,000. And maybe even below $100,000. Low enough that most people in advanced economics could sell their home on Earth and move to Mars if they want. So, in the end, if Virgin Galactic will start commercial spaceflight in the end of 2021, they will have a lot of customers until SpaceX start Earth-to-Earth transportation. It would be complete waste of money to buy Virgin Galactic's $200,000 ticket while SpaceX is providing longer period in space and less than $5,000. And once SpaceX will start mass production of Starship, Virgin Galactic will have no chance to compete with SpaceX. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like the video, comment me the topics for next video, share to support this channel and subscribe for more.